today on Divorce Court.
I've been with Vicki for about 2 years, and we've never taken a break until now.
Isaiah is disrespectful. He has a nasty mouth when it comes to me. He's a liar, and I just can't deal with it.
Vicki's got too many guy friends, and it makes me question her loyalty to me.
I'm here for help because I want to salvage my relationship before we get married.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Isaiah Moore and Vicki Halston. I got something new for you, Joe. It is a Before Your Vows reboot. Mr. Moore, you were here in this courtroom several years ago with another woman, and I told you don't marry her because it wasn't gonna work out.
Gotcha.
And now you're here, you got a new one. And you want to know my opinion with respect to this particular individual.
I do.
Before we do that, though, let's remember what you said and what you were doing the first time. Mr. Moore, when I asked you, list 5 things that are wrong with you, you know what you said?
There's nothing wrong with me.
Mr. Moore, you are not self-aware either. You're very immature, nice guy, you're very funny, cannot hold a conversation to save your life. Get yourself together, find out what's wrong with you. You go to school, get an education or something like that. But whatever you do, please don't get married. And if you do get married, don't come here for the divorce, because I don't want to see it. This matter is adjourned. First of all, Mr. Moore, I admire the fact that you came back to see me at all after that.
Yeah.
And you did take my advice.
I did.
And you did not get married. Are you happy that that did not happen? Do you feel that was a good decision?
I feel like that was a great decision.
Great decision.
Yep.
Because you found Miss Halston.
I did.
And you believe that she is now the woman for you.
She is now the love of my life.
Okay.
Well, you need to act like it.
Wonderful.
You need to act like it. You need to act like it.
Mr. Moore,
Yeah.
what makes this so different from the last relationship you brought here before me?
Well, first off, this lady, she is much more mature than the last woman that I was dating. You know, she brung out, like you said, you married the people, and she brung out a few imperfections. And, you know, I had to look in the mirror after I left here before. And I feel like at the end of the day, it could go far. But now I'm kind of getting and starting to hit some roadblocks. And I want to know how I can tackle it before we hit that touchdown.
Okay.
You know?
Why now, I've already got dissension over here. Now, what did he say that you don't agree with?
Because it's just like, he can't be responsible
Negative Nancy.
for anything. Like my laptop. I have a laptop that I use for work, and I do my timesheets on my laptop. One time I went to do my timesheets on my laptop, and when I powered it on and I went to go to the internet, porn popped up. I don't use porn,
Vicki,
just mind you.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Mind you,
That's not true.
Mind you, Judge, this is my work laptop. And he was using
Vicki.
my laptop.
Stop.
To quote unquote look for a job. And he was on my laptop watching porn.
Were you watching porn instead of looking for a job on her business laptop?
That's
And
not
don't
true.
lie.
Her best friend that she has at my house, kicking his feet up on my coffee table,
Remind you, your
Hey,
underwear.
uses her
Stop.
computer. You know, I use a lot of stuff going on my cell phone. I got a lot of stuff on my cell phone. When I hop on Pornhub, I'm gonna do it on my cell phone.
Your screen ain't big enough.
Now, my understanding, I hear her first complaint is that you're irresponsible.
Absolutely.
You are worried about how jealous she is.
I am.
Why don't you explain that to me?
I'm a bartender. She comes up to my job, she sits at the bar, and she'll drink for hours. 4 or 5 hours, she'll drink straight through. She'll befriend my coworkers and my managers, pull them to the side, and paint this bad picture of me in the workplace. Possessive, she accused me of sleeping with other coworkers, supervisors, managers. I've even lost a job because of it.
How did she cause you to lose a job?
Pulling my manager to the side one night, right after I was closing, that told my manager that she believes I'm cheating on her because I'm working long hours. She asked my manager if she would be able to request that I get less hours in a week and more hours in a day, so she can kind of schedule how she sees me and when she sees me.
Ms. Halston, did you do that?
No.
She has a GPS app downloaded on my phone.
Hang on. Do you see yourself as a jealous person?
No.
Do you believe he's cheating on you?
Yes.
Why do you believe he's cheating on you?
Because he lies.
What has he lied about?
About everything. He lies about him using, I let him use my car. Isaiah doesn't have a car. I have a car.
Okay.
Isaiah doesn't have a job. I have a job. I take care of Isaiah. I buy Isaiah's clothes. I get Isaiah's haircut. I provide Isaiah with food. Like, everything that belongs to Isaiah is because of me.
What do you want Isaiah for? I mean, what's balancing all that out?
Judge, when we first got together, Isaiah treated me like he had a job and like he had money.
Treated me like he had a job.
That's a good one. Okay.
He did. He took me out on dates, you know.
I still take you out on dates.
He bought me jewelry, you know, at least I think anyway. But he did things, you know, to sway me over, you know, sweep me off my feet. And I really thought that he was mature. You know, he was able to hold down a full-time job, not a seasonal job or a part-time job.
But you found out later on in the process that, in fact, he couldn't keep a job.
And didn't want to.
Didn't want to.
Yes.
This isn't true.
Are you comfortable with her being the primary or the only breadwinner in your relationship?
Those are all false accusations,
so
statements.
You are working?
I am working. Like I said, I'm a bartender. That just completely went in one ear and out the other when I said that. You know, I haven't been at home lately because of all this extra time she's been spending with other men, you know? And that's not me being insecure. That's her not respecting me, and it makes me question her loyalty to me.
Her loyalty. I want to talk about something else as well that's in the realm of that, which is you believe that part of her jealousy is due to some self-esteem issues because of weight gain.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that for a moment and your relationship with other people.
You're telling me that you're going to look for a job, someone see you with 3-4 people in a coupe car, smoking.
Like I said, I'm the breadwinner. Come on, be honest with the woman. Me and her go way back. So.
But do you remember what I said to you way back then?
I remember.
Mr. Moore, you say that Ms. Halston has an issue about her weight gain, and she compensates for it by spending a lot of money beautifying herself. Explain that to me.
That's a big thing. I feel like she's trying to perfect herself through me, financially, you know? I feel like at the end of the day, she sits on her couch, and she sat there so long to where there's dents inside of the couch. Her favorite food is strawberry donuts. She binges on Housewives for hours and texts my phone back to back to back.
Texting you? What is she texting you about?
Where you at? What you doing?
Who you with?
Know, who you with? What you got on? What time you gonna be home from work? You know, and like I said, Vicki, she's a beautiful woman. And when I came here before, you taught me some things, and you know, I respect myself a little bit more, and I respect her. And I never tried to judge her. She's still beautiful.
Do you care about the weight gain? 150 is a lot. I find it hard to believe she gained 150 pounds.
She gained about 150 pounds, 160 pounds.
How thin was she?
You know what? You know what? Let me reword that. Let me reword that.
Okay, yeah.
She used to weigh 150.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, she used to weigh 150.
Yeah, you gotta say it right, or it gets all messy.
I got you.
So what about the donuts and the couch? Are you there binging on donuts and Housewives?
Tell the truth.
Judge.
You under oath, tell the truth.
Stop.
Judge, I work in a medical setting. So I work a lot of hours. And the days and the times that I get off, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to sit, you know, and I want to watch my TV, and, you know, I want to do what I want to do. Like, what's wrong with that? It's my couch. It's my house. I pay for it, so I can
sit on it if I want to.
Exactly.
Well, Mr. Moore, it's not like she's not carrying her weight. So on her day off, if she wants to sit there and binge watch, why is that such a problem for you?
There's a problem because when you do that, you sit there and binge watch, you eat those strawberry donuts. You got nothing else to do but text my phone. You got too much time on your hands. You need to be out. You need to be at the gym, you know, trying to get back to that 150. You know, if you were so much on trying to perfect yourself, you wouldn't be worried about what I'm doing and when I'm doing it and coming up to my job to talk to my managers.
Are you blowing up his phone and texting all the time and looking for him and trying to find him?
You know why I do that? You know why I do that, Judge? Because first of all, when you're using my car and you're telling me that you're going to a temporary agency to look for a job, and I see someone from my neighborhood see you with 3-4 people in a coupe car smoking, I have customized plates, so everybody knows
where your car.
Exactly.
Are you not where you're supposed to be, Mr. Moore?
I'm where I'm supposed to be, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You know, like I said, I'm the breadwinner. Come on, be honest with the woman. Me and her go way back. So.
But do you remember what I said to you way back then?
I remember.
Let me ask you. I want to move on to another issue. You say that she is disrespectful to your family members, and I want to know what you mean, what she says, and how come it's such a problem. What kind of things has she done that are disrespectful?
I seen her at night with another dude, and I told my uncle when she was supposed to be at work, and he thought she was at work.
Were they doing anything wrong, or were
they were hooked up? Yeah.
They were hooked up?
Like a couple.
Ms. Halston, do you recall the incident Ms. Thomas just spoke of? So tell me what Ms. Halston does that you find disrespectful to your family.
My niece is a real special person in my life. She's like my sister. My other family members, I'm really close. I've got a really small, tight-knit family. So when I introduce you to somebody, I want you to respect them and love them through me. Like, since I love them, I want you to love them.
Right.
You know? She's disrespectful. She feels like she can't function if her hair, her nails aren't done. And she comes around my family and sizes them up from their shoe to the top of their head. She spit my niece's food out one time on the floor and didn't want it and left because she was belligerently drunk.
Ms. Halston, I don't even know which one you want to start with, but tell me your side of any one of those stories.
I'm disrespectful? No, he's disrespectful. Me and Isaiah bought a house, okay? Before we moved everything in the house, we had a pool party, like a pool party barbecue. And we invited his friends, my co-workers, and, you know, my family members and my friends. And everybody was outside mixing and mingling, you know, having fun, talking. I wanted to do like a catwalk. So I went in the house and I put on my swimming suit that I just bought and my little tie skirt, you know, and everything. And I came back outside. Do you know that when I came back outside, when I stepped foot on the patio, Isaiah told me, he said, no. He said, go back in the house and take that off because you look
Vicki.
like Precious.
I want to get a third-party opinion on this. There is an individual, Mr. Moore, that you say can shed some light on this chaos we got going on here.
Yes,
her name is Aries Thomas.
Yes.
And I want to bring her out.
Right over here, next to him.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello, Miss Thomas. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Can you give me your perspective on the state of this union?
Well, I met Vicki a couple years ago, but her and my uncle met on their own. And ever since they started dating, it's like her vibe towards me has been a little fishy,
You're his niece?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And she's been kind of like disrespectful to me because at the end of the day, this is still my uncle. So if you do something disrespectful or I feel like it's out of turn, I'm going to let him know. I'm not going to be on your side.
What kind of things has she done that are disrespectful?
Like one time, we both worked third shift. And I actually called off this day. And I seen her at night
I remember that.
with another dude. And I told my uncle when she was supposed to be at work, and he thought she was at work.
Did you know who this other guy was?
No, I did not.
Were they doing anything wrong, or were they
were hooked up, yeah.
They were hooked up?
Like a couple.
Ms. Halston, do you recall the incident Ms. Thomas just spoke of?
No.
Yeah,
any man that her Isaiah has ever seen me with is my best friend.
Oh, see.
That's who they have a problem with. They have a big problem with him. They think that we are being intimate and we are not. That's my best friend. They have a problem with me being a woman and having...
Your best friend being a man.
being a man. You know, like, what's
Y'all
wrong...
got each other's name tattooed on each other.
What's wrong with me?
Hold up. You got his name tattooed on you?
That's my best friend. Like, is it like if you have a best friend, like, don't you get best friend tattoos?
No.
Especially if it's a woman that's your best friend, right?
I got too much sense for that stuff.
You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Moore or Ms. Thomas, either one of you can answer this question.
Yeah.
Do you believe that her relationship with this individual is disrespectful to her relationship with you?
Yes, to the utmost.
Ms. Thomas, why? What's going on?
Because they're just too best friendy. Like, no, like, that's just off limits. Like, you shouldn't be that close to your best friend.
He's like a
Mr.
third.
Moore, well, tell me a story that would illustrate that to me.
We were together, strong, for that whole 2 years. And I feel like recently that's when we starting to hit these roadblocks. I'm like, you know what? Until we come here and we get the resolution that we need, we gonna separate. Mm-hmm. One day, I went to my mom's house. I'm like, I'll be back. Give me a few days. You know what I'm saying? We got in an argument. Vicki drove over to my house because I asked her for a pair of my work shoes and a pair of my pants. I opened up the trunk. She brings 2 big baskets of dirty clothes from the house. I asked for a pair of pants and I asked for some shoes. She doesn't know how to follow directions. I asked her, why are you bringing my clothes? What are you doing? I get in the car. I drive over to my place. She has the key. I knock on the door. This best friend opens up my door. I come in. He got his shoes kicked off and it smell like corn chips. I don't like the fact that you got another man inside of my home when I'm not there. If I said I'm leaving, if I said I'm going to work, if I said I'm doing this.
And he pops up as soon as you're out. He's hot on your heels right in there.
He's extremely disrespectful. And I just feel like there's something going on. By her accusing me and making me insecure, she gives me a paranoia. Sometimes I feel like I'm being watched because she downloaded a GPS app.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. But first of all, I want to talk about this disrespectful guy.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to bring him on out.
Right there.
Richard Sanders. Mr. Sanders, how are you, sir?
How you doing, Judge?
So, Mr. Sanders, you are out here. This is a woman that you say you're friends with.
Yes.
She's engaged to him. They're worried about you. It's a lot to talk about, but I don't have enough time right now. We're going to have to do it later on, so I'm going to adjourn this session, and then we'll get back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this court is adjourned.
He got on top of the roof of the car with a bullhorn. And he was like, come outside, I know you in there. I know y'all having sex.
I'm here, I'm trying to work this thing out. All I can really do is apologize, but you know, me sleeping with a woman and having to see another man's name on her chest, that's hurtful too.
Right.
But you don't see me down on my knees crying, trying to make myself the victim.
It's like, I'm not trying to take nobody girl, but I love my friends, you feel me? I'm gonna look out for my friends.
Let me just ask what I'm wondering. Have you two ever been romantic?